All right, big news for Johnny Depp over in the UK. Johnny Depp is getting a chance to get an appeal. Now, if you're not following this, I'm going to explain what's been going on. This has been a weird back and forth. I haven't really been following it that much. You may have seen some videos about Johnny Depp on other channels like That Umbrella Guy, who's been covering it pretty extensively. But the long and short is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have had a very public breakup with accusations going back and forth about domestic abuse. What happened with the back and forth accusations of domestic abuse is people only listened to Amber Heard and decided to throw Johnny Depp out of Hollywood, basically removing him from everything and destroying him publicly. Now, this is in light of the fact that Amber Heard can be recorded saying, "No one will believe you. You're just a white male. You're useless," and laughing about the abuse she was subjecting him to. What happened in the UK is The Sun, a publication over in Britain, basically covered the case and said that Johnny Depp was an abusive domestic violence purveyor against Amber Heard. So Johnny Depp sued the UK Sun in the UK for libel. He lost that case. He lost that case despite having tons of evidence that she, cut off part of his finger and did all sorts of other horrific things to him in what looked like kind of a reign of terror from Amber Heard against Johnny Depp. But I think maybe the most fair description is that they had a tumultuous relationship with some bad acts on both sides. But if there are bad acts on both sides, that certainly doesn't make Johnny Depp the abuser in the situation. If there is some sort of mutual abuse, that might be possible. But he sued and lost and was ordered to pay somewhere north of $750,000 to the UK Sun for their legal fees, an absolute insane amount. And he tried to appeal this ruling, but in the UK, you don't have the same right to appeal that you do here in the United States. In the United States, you have a right to appeal the first decision that you get. And that right, you just get to file it. As long as you do it within the timeline, you get to have your appeal. Doesn't mean you'll win, right? Doesn't mean that the merits of your appeal are stronger, but you at least get to have that right. In the UK, you don't have the same sort of access to an appeal. You have to ask the judge, the trial judge, for permission. And this trial judge said, "You know what? I looked at my own ruling and it was good. So no, you're not going to get a chance to appeal." So Johnny Depp went directly to the appeals court and said, "Hey, I need to appeal this because this judge made a ton of mistakes, didn't consider things, was completely biased, and this is nonsense." And so now they are giving him a hearing in March, a full hearing on whether or not he will get a full appeal. But let's take a look at the things that he has claimed, or his legal team has claimed, are deficient in this case. This is from further down in the article. I just don't like scrolling through a bunch of pictures that the Mirror has. This article will actually be linked in the description if you want to follow and read it yourself. Okay, so it says the judge also found Depp put Heard in fear for her life on 3 occasions, including one the actress described as a 3-day hostage situation in Australia in March 2015. Now, the judge found a lot of things, right? He found findings of fact that Johnny Depp did all these things. But this is part of the problem with Depp's team. How did you find this? How do you find that these things happen? Like, what basis is this? Because we've countered every piece of this narrative. So Depp's legal team claimed that the justice failed to examine the competing accounts of each incident or to explain whether he found them proved, and if so, on what basis. They also argue that the judge should have analyzed the extent to which Ms. Heard's evidence undermined her credibility in relation to her allegations of physical assault and injury. And they said the judge took little or no account of the striking examples of Ms. Heard's unwillingness to lie or commit wrongdoing. And by pretty much any honest account of this thing, Amber Heard is terrible. She's horrifying. Horrifying. She's a liar and she is very, very abusive. Her actual, like, the accounts of what she has done to Johnny Depp are horrific, involving even cutting off part of one of his fingers. Like, so whether or not all of this is true, which account is actually correct, I don't know. I'm just a guy, right, in Minnesota talking about this stuff. I don't know what's actually true. But based on the allegations, if the judge is not considering both sides of this case, as it appears happened, it kind of looks like your traditional sort of Me Tooing, where the woman is believed and the man is ignored because he's a man and therefore that makes him terrible. That looks like that's what happened here. And Johnny Depp has been thrown out of everything. And despite the credible allegations of horrific abuse coming from Amber Heard, Hollywood has rounded up around her, surrounded her, kept her in her roles, given her more roles than she had before in upcoming films and TV, and it looks really bad. So I will be following along with this appeal to see what happens. That will be in March. So we'll see. But tell me what you guys think down in the description below. Have you been following along with this case? Do you think Johnny's the bad guy, Amber Heard's the bad lady, or is there some mutual badness in this? Is this just a giant public disaster? What is justice here? I'd love to hear your thoughts. We'll talk soon. Peace. Peace.